What's up guys, back in today with another reaction to the Berserk manga, this time with the volume 21, the final chapters, and I think the end of this arc, Daybreak, The Arrival, and Determination and Departure. Had some really good chapters. I just read yesterday. I think the upload was yesterday for you guys as well, so haven't had to wait too long, but hell of a cliffhanger we ended up on last time. We'll just go through it again quickly. I believe this giant and massive souls is now kind of just dissipated. We had this really interesting segment with Nina in the barrel, I remember, which was really great, very relatable for me, probably to a lot of other people as well. Again, it's had some had a very creepy bit of artwork right there, but it's a very interesting segment, wasn't it? I just replied to a comment just now, just thinking about how close Nina has been to death, just touching it this whole time, hasn't she, with this STD disease, and in general being in this refugee camp, now coming kind of face to face with this blob, now in a barrel, getting just almost the cult as well, just every situation almost. Nina is just again just on the edge of death, isn't she? Very interesting character, and again quite related, and quite like this little barrel segment here. So yeah, this was another really cool bit of artwork right here, especially this bit on the left. Yeah, we saw this as well. Wholesome looking behelit man, and still no idea what to expect from that situation. As I said, that's the kind of big cliffhanger for me. Like, what the hell is going to happen to Guts' son? Yeah, we did see very Griffith looking human right here. Again, I came up with a few theories about this, but I'm again just kind of gonna leave it up in the air and see what happens. As we saw another very what was the word for it? Not wholesome, but kind of just kind of easy looking, just kind of at peace looking face right here from Behelit Man. Just finished his mission of sorts, finished his one kind of doing in life, and understandably looking again quite content, I think is the word, actually. Content, slightly blissful, and again the nicest looking Behelit I think we've ever seen. As again, as these as the amass kind of fell down, again I'm just kind of guessing that's the kind of end of the use for it, but again I'm still not really sure about this situation either. We ended off exactly with this image right here again, this still standing almost upright, which is quite scary to me, but it is also in a pile of rubbish, which I didn't actually mention last in the last reaction. So again, quite a bit of ambiguous stuff to me anyway in these chapters. So again, really looking forward to the conclusions there. It's quite mad actually, thinking about how quickly look at all these comments, by the way, all saying the exact same thing. Yeah, almost feels a bit quick. Feels like we're literally just in like the thick of it now. It's almost the end, but maybe I underestimate how long chapters are. Didn't feel like we were reacting for that long last yesterday, because there was a lot of spread pages, which I think count as two. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these final chapters in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with any of my Berserk reactions. And let's get into Daybreak. As we see, oh, that must be a painful one. The people that didn't quite get sucked up, but dropped down alongside the building. At least it was kind of instant for them, but also this guy right here could be alive, just like his lower half absolutely squished, so pretty brutal for some. What an awful mess. Not a single person in the tower survived. Wow. Again, it'd be interesting to see what happened exactly to Azan, because again, he could have just. I'm again just assuming he's dead. Luca, what exactly happened to Luca? I hope she's not dead. Nina probably survived, I imagine. Yeah, everyone else probably dead. Both the tower and the monsters gone in a night. Sorry, both the tower and the monsters gone in a night. We're lucky to still be alive. I don't suppose we were just dreaming. Again from Farnese, trying to deny the undeniable. Again, I very much think that fits the theme of this, doesn't it? Ooh. Yeah, I actually got told that the two of these being so close to each other actually makes the kind of brand the kind of pull of demons and the kind of essence stronger, which I didn't actually realize. I would have just thought it was, the way I thought of it was just like kind of like a beacon, just showing where they are. Imagine it probably would shine brighter if there's two beacons put together, but I never put that together myself. That makes sense. Yeah, that's a nice image here. Casca wearing Guts' cloak. Again, it's just a shame because she looks so, again, just so lost and yeah. Happy for Guts though. Happy for Guts. I mean, I'm talking about this is like all over, but still got 3 chapters. It kind of, from that image, it kind of looked like the kind of end of like a shonen arc or something, doesn't it? Yep, Nina, alive and breathing, to the dismay of many in the comment section, probably. But it's amazing, isn't it, how she's on the edge of death this whole time. Almost a bit like Guts. Maybe not as much so, but I mean, in a similar fashion, she's again just on the edge of the world. In a different way, but pretty amazing how she's survived this long, isn't it? Is Nina actually immortal? Puffy haired girl, you're alright. I'm alive? I'm alive. I'm still alive. Alright. Luca. Please look. Look for Luca. She was here until a little bit ago. She pushed me into a barrel. I don't know about after that. Say what? Luca. Lady. Lady. What? I mean, she's a lady, but yeah. Luca. Not very specific. Luca. Damn. How will we find her in all this rubble? Oh, is that her right there? No, it can't be. No. Luca. Hey. Hey? Down here. What she said. That little puck found her. Hurry and pull me up. Looks like she's maybe a bit cold down here. I think I said this before. I used to have a wishing well in my my parents' old house. They used to again keep little if I found frog, I'd put like a frog in there, spiders, all sorts of all sorts of insects. I'd like try and keep a little habitat for. But thinking about it, it's actually quite kind of cruel. But as a kid, you never really think about that, do you? I was just collecting insects. Always get quite nostalgic when I see a well though, and it reminds me of that. I'm freezing my ass off here. Luca. Good job, Luca. Maybe a bit more questionable how Luca survived rather than the, well, I think you could question either the barrel or down here, but it seems like it would be pretty accessible for that massive souls, right? It's not like there's a plug on this. But Not exactly sure where this is in the kind of geography, not geography, but kind of area. Not exactly sure where this is, to be fair. It's not too far away, obviously, because we see all the rubbish here and the rubble. So probably got very lucky here, to be honest. What's she holding? I was like keeping her afloat. I imagine she maybe just. Again, I'm not sure about the logistics of this blob. But if it went down here, maybe it went down here, and like we didn't see any of that situation. So it's all just guesswork. But maybe she kind of hid under the surface and then it went back up. Very lucky either way. Yee, cold. Like it or not, this was my only hiding spot, so I jumped. Tell you what, I was sure in trouble with those monsters bearing down on me. Is everyone else okay? Imagine everyone had the idea of jumping down here as well. That would have been awful. Sorry to worry you, Jerome. Of all the fool... Nina dashing over her quickly. Ah, warmth. Just what I need. Senor. Wow. Really? So warm. Proof that it's worth being alive. Even so, again, I won't get too close to this girl and her liquids. But always takes me out of it when I think of that. Even so, after all that loud noise, this place really cleaned itself out. It's like fairies played some trick on us. You want some of this? Tell them, Puck. Well, we must be really that. Again, like I said, this kind of seems like it's all over, but it really still there's still stuff here, isn't there? As looks like some feathers are thrown or something. Oh crap! Is this the army that's taken over Midland? Key? Key? Like a little puck here. What gives? It is indeed. Of course. Right after this, we get these fucking guys. Kushan? These guys are Kushan. What? Why are they here? These guys from before. You know what, we handled it pretty easily before on Guts Guts did anyway, but not sure anyone else here can actually do anything. So this is real terrible. Oh, and there's the leader who said he'll be back. Maybe we should have killed him. Oh, these guys again. These guys again. Are these the same people? I can't even remember what happened to these guys. But look at their joints. So weird, isn't it? Weird ass joints. That's the same Krishna Sena. Sanskrit for black garbed warrior. Could he be the one? I don't know. But just as the oracle proclaimed, something has happened in this pagan land. Though it's hard to believe suddenly. Are they all certain Are they all certainly... Oh, and they all certainly survived in the midst of that monstrosity. Give me a break. We lived all the way till now for this. I call foul. Agreed. We were up all night too. Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? Maybe they might not fully kind of... I was going to say maybe they might fully attack here, but... The one we seek is likely among them. Seize all of them. I care not if they suffer some injuries. There's especially no need to go easy on the man with the large sword. Don't presume you can capture him without suffering casualties. Smart man, smart man. As he should be. He's experienced Guts a couple of times now, hasn't he? He fought him once and then he watched him earlier on in this arc, I think. Woman and a kid, stay here. Stay there. I refuse. Screw that. Stay here and you'll only get in their way. And casualties have already been suffered. Oof. Double shot right there. Cut the guy's legs off as well as cutting this guy in half. Imagine that, you're sprinting and suddenly your legs are just gone and you're like mid-air, like Scooby-Doo when he's like running on the spot. That whole shit. Face plant. I was just thinking it would probably be the same outcome. Funny enough, it's strange that I even thought this, but it'd probably be the same outcome. This guy's got his leg cut off and he'd inevitably fall over, of course. But I feel like if it actually got his arms, he'd fall over as well, just from the change in balance in your body. I feel like you'd just fall flat down, just like as if your legs would be cut off, but maybe I'm just talking rubbish there. This is why I said this is no time for leisurely witch hunting. Shut up! Well, I guess I'd rather be stabbed with a sword than eaten by those monsters. True. Oh, Sir Pico. I mean, again, all these soldiers are actually pretty strong, so pretty fucking hell, yeah, pretty impressive. Just look at this. It just stabbed them all in the neck. These little holes. Is his? I haven't really had a great look at his sword, but is it like a fencing sword? Really pointy. I think so. That prick was just faking. Can't stand him. There's no way Jerome beats one of these soldiers, is there? I'm calling bullshit if that happens. I'm calling bullshit. Whoa. Yeah, as I said, there's no way Jerome is beating one of these soldiers in a one-on-one at all. Man got saved by a Cedro and Puck. Cha! The finish! You can pretend you've done something there, bro. But good job, Cedro, against some strength to lift that boulder. Personal feelings aside, in this situation there's no one more reassuring to fight beside than you. Nevertheless, I'd say we're outdone here. No kidding. To be fair, yeah, I did. Maybe I gave Isidro a bit too much disrespect. The only time I've ever really seen him fight is versus Guts. I think I've seen him in maybe one or two other situations, but it's only really been versus Guts. And the last time is the one, again, most memorable. It was the last time. It was on the cliff face, so obviously that was a heavily advantageous position for Sir Pico. I called him Cedro a minute ago. Apologies if I did. But yeah, that was obviously manufactured to his kind of major advantage, but maybe I gave him a bit too much disrespect in kind of judging him off that. that was just a smart thing to do. Pretty good actually. Maybe there is one other person here who, well, Cedro as well a little bit. One other person here who can fight, but yeah, they are heavily outnumbered. So, and after everything that just happened, no rest at all, which Guts is probably used to. Yeah, bad situation. They're a troublesome enemy from which to protect the kid and the woman. But what I'm even more anxious about is this party's strength. They've been straining all night against monsters they're not used to fighting. They must be at their limits. The will to survive is a powerful thing though, I'll say that. It can push you through barriers. As it looks like all the women get captured. Feminists would have a field day with this. They captured all the women this easily. It'd be very different if Casca wasn't this current Casca, obviously. Eek. Again, just look at her there. It's just like, string. I do wonder if we'll ever get her back. Oh no. Don't move. Hey, if you move, then the woman will. Azan? No way did he survive. Where did he survive? You're taking the piss. Cool shot. Bong. Okay, gotta love an exploding eyeball. Taking women and children hostage? You are savages, ignorant of the ways of battle. As you savagely kill this guy. Hey, heathens! Damn, look like Rambo. Bloody hell. Look like John Rambo. Jesus Christ. My dude. What happened to Hazan? Oh god, sorry guys. What the hell? How did this guy survive? How did this guy survive? I had a feeling, again I assumed he was dead, but I had a feeling, because again we didn't see anything. I feel like Berserk is very much a manga that will show you a death. It'll show, any chance it'll get to show you a cool death, it'll show you. Or important death. Heathens! What are you doing on our holy ground? Azan! What tenacity! John Rambo looking motherfucker. Jesus. Really cool reintroduction right here. Thankfully you are unarmed, Lady Farnese. Unharmed, sorry, Lady Farnese. How did you survive, Christ Commander? The details can wait. First we must deal with the situation at hand. I was away just a while, but strange things are afoot. Another good fighter here, luckily. Could use anyone. But Azan's been pretty decent at fighting from what we're seeing. Here they come. And they haven't even deployed these guys yet. Oh shit. Like all their footings coming off, rumbling and moving. Eee! What the? Oh come on, again? As where's Skull Knight then? As Zod charges through the fucking wall. And his horn. Doing us a slight favour here, luckily. But goddamn. Could this get any worse? We just survived that whole situation, which we covered for like 2 volumes, 3 volumes. Now, the Kushan and Zod have just arrived here. Let alone, again, not even speaking about the fact we still don't know what the hell happened to Guts' son. Really cool artwork here, as usual. I love the texture on the broken horn here. Bada! Sanskrit for evil beast. Bada, bada. Sounds about right. Z. Z. What is that? What the? More of last night? Nothing can surprise me now. Ah. Zod. Don't tell me you killed Skull Knight. You can't kill that guy. He's a walking mystery. No way he's ever gonna die, I don't think. What happened to him? Roar! Look at the size of this horn. It almost feels like this horn has almost grown because this one's now like destroyed. It feels like the growing of this horn has moved to this one. It's so thick. So there's Skull Knight. Okay, so he's just kind of running away a little bit, Zod. That little girl. This is truly amazing. And no time for admiration. Is it our time to escape? Do you know what? Could be a very good idea, actually. Escape while all this commotion's going on. Why is he here? Ah. You're right. Everyone stayed together. We're slipping away. Sorry. It looks like a U from a tiny little space. We're slipping away. So we see Skull Knight on top. Looking very ghostly. What are you pointing at, Skull Knight? Man looked like he was doing the Hitler bloody sign. But no, he's pointing at something. It's definitely a message as well, isn't it? You know how Skull Knight is. Everything's a bloody subliminal message or something. A thump. Maybe it's Guts' son slash Femto slash Griffith slash whatever the son has become. And when I say Femto slash Griffith, that's not in the theory that I was talking about, just genuinely Femto or Griffith. But also the kid could be like, again, I've still got plenty of theories for that. Yeah, Azhan did come in with a nice entrance here. Just read a few comments quickly. Got a couple chapters left, which is good news. A couple chapters before we finish off this volume. But again, it did really feel like it was. I feel like this was a very obvious kind of almost fake out here a little bit, wasn't it? The daylight's up, you feel safe because the demons can't come out and whatever. But even now, even after this salvation, you're thrust right into yet another situation when you're on the edge of death. Very berserk like, and then another situation, another demonic situation when you're on the edge of death. So again, very berserk like, isn't it? Very fitting. But yeah, I think Skull Knight's definitely got my dude Zod on the ropes, hasn't he? maybe this is the time. Again, when is that time that was spoken about? That time where things can kind of that couple seconds where things can change from the current of causality or whatever. Have we been past that? Or is that to come now, do you think? Sorry guys, my voice is a bit done in. Just a lot of people are happy about characters surviving in the comment section, which again, good news. Like I said, it almost seems a bit too perfect though, doesn't it? That pretty much everyone important is alive right here. Almost feels like again, a bit of a setup. Okay, so into the arrival. The arrival. Who? Who is this arrival going to be? Who is this that Skull Knight is pointing at right here then? Nice bit of artwork here for Guts. Holy crap. Again, is this his son? Is this Femto? Who knows? So we see a myriad of white doves. Birds. Not sure if these are doves, honestly, I don't know. I know that doves are white. Yeah, look at all these quills. It's lusciously flowing white hair in the wind. Again, I can't tell who it is. Is this now Guts' son? Or is this actually Femto? Kind of maybe taken on an image of his past self or something. Who knows? I feel like this is probably Guts and Cascas' son. It's been a while since we've seen something like this, hasn't it? Okay, thank God. Thank God. I had a lot of that in this arc. A lot of peni. But again, I still don't know what to make of this. Like, is this actually a good thing? I don't know. Really don't know what to make of this. I've brought this up. It's like Guts and Casca's son perverted by Femto turning into this demon-looking demon. And again, it's almost like now the purity's kind of returned, but it looks more like it would be Griffith's son than Guts's. I mean, it looks exactly like Griffith. Maybe that Griffith perversion has kind of fully overtook the son or something. Again, I still don't. There could be a lot of possibilities and theories from my perspective. I've got a lot of thoughts going through my head, but again, I'll just try and slightly toot them out and just see. At that moment, all who were there forgot to breathe. Everyone, eh? Quite the striking moment. Everyone, look at them all. Everyone's staring. Look at all their eyes. Glowing with that kind of almost dream that Griffith had as a boy. Everyone. Look, this guy's chest looks like fucking fists. That's ridiculous, isn't it? were enthralled. Even Zod. Maybe Zod wasn't running away. Maybe Zod was running to this. Enthralled. Everyone. I mean, you know it's something fucking special if you got everyone here. In this chaotic situation, just staring at this one human man. Griffith? What's going through Guts' head right now as well? Is that Zod cowering down? Sure is. I mean, last time he saw the image of Griffith, it was Femto, and yeah, it is actually again Guts' and Casca's son. But last time he saw Femto, that image, he got his fucking horn ripped off. So, understandably, I think he's slightly scared here. But what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? There's the Hellet Man, finished his duty, and again, kind of respect him. No matter if this turns out bad or well, I kind of respect him, so well done to him. Achieving something. How easy it would have been, again, just to fade out. Don't like this. And they sensed intuitively that the one they desired had come. Yeah, look at fucking Zod here, looking like a little household pet. In comparison to this very slim, sleek, tiny figure of a man. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. Damn. Fucking hell. Guts. Understandably, gonna go in and fucking tear this bastard up. I'm still not really sure. Is this like a Griffith reborn? Like, I still don't really understand what's happened here. Is this like a Griffith reborn, a kind of untainted Griffith? I mean, he seems to be pretty friendly with Zod. Is this like a version of Griffith? Is this actually just Guts and Casca's son, but it's now got like the image of like? I've still got plenty of questions. I'll go through them after we finish these chapters, but yeah, Guts absolutely raging, of course, just at the image of this man. Understandably, I think if I was in his position, my eyes again, they would just go red and just see the word kill, revenge. Then he stops and thinks for a moment. He's like, Casca's behind him. But honestly, I mean, as much as that makes him pause for a minute here, it would maybe just spur me on even more, hearing these sounds that she's making right here. Ooh. Hearing these sounds she's making, it would just remind me of what happened to her. But maybe she's trying to reason because she feels her son She feels the connection to her son right here. See her kind of putting out her hand, almost like stop. Oh. Even in this condition, that motherly kind of instinct and feel. This is a really cool panel, isn't it? Telling so many words with just the letters. Ooh, ah, ooh. Who's he saying to capture here? Griffith? I feel like that is a bad. I don't even know what to call him. Griffith or Guts' son? I call him Guts' son because that's like. I mean, that might not be the thing anymore, but yeah, I don't know what to call him. I'll call him Guts' son. Capture that man, all of you. But Master Silat, don't lose focus. The reinstatement of our Baki Raka clan rides on this duty. Have you forgotten our bitter history, being driven from our land for hundreds of years? Do not fear. Even if he is something other than human, we are a warrior clan. Know that those who fear death shall never join the ranks of the great. Oh, okay. Let's see what happens here. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Capture him before the maid army arrives. Or are they saying to capture Zod here, I guess? Off they go. Again, this is actually quite a big help for Guts and Co if they do want to escape, but I'm not sure. Again, imagine Guts' mind is pretty chaotic right now. I think maybe the last thing he'd be thinking of is running away right here. Perhaps. Again, I could be wrong about that, to be honest. Because Casca is here. But if Casca wasn't here, then... Oh, yeah, that actually brings me back to the point that Skull Knight made, doesn't it? About his choice of Casca or revenge. And I think that this is actually that moment, actually, isn't it? Interesting. Interesting, yeah, I forgot about that. So I guess we've reached that time. I like the fact that I can forget about that and it actually kind of the story itself when it gets to this point actually just like might sound pretty obvious to people, but it's amazing how sometimes that's not the case. That it kind of reinvigorates that kind of past chapters back in my brain. Those past chapters, should I say? Yeah, these guys get fucked up. From the creature that looked like a household pet 2 minutes ago in comparison to Griffith. 2 of them remain. Here now, keep up. Lady Farnese, what are you 2 doing back there? Yeah, Casca and Guts stuck a little bit right here, understandably. A little bit frozen. You guys really should just run away though. Hurry up. Ooh. Ooh. Guts, we gotta hurry. Our little Puck's here as well. Again, I did say that she was maybe reacting as if that was her son earlier, but maybe she is reacting to the image of Griffith. I think it is more she's reacting to the kind of, again, that kind of bond between mother and son, but could just also be reacting to the image of Griffith, perhaps. And I don't really know. What are these guys doing? These guys are idiots. Guys just need to get killed. Ah. But yeah, she's definitely very worked up, isn't she? I want to know what Puck's feeling right now. That would be pretty handy. Damn. Oh wow, so they've only got one chapter left. They've got one chapter left here. Again, very striking. It looks even more woman-like in this shot. Looks like a very beautiful woman. But like I kind of mentioned earlier, I'm still surprised at how many mysteries and stuff are still here right at the end of this arc. But let's finish this volume off, guys. And it's determination and departure. I was kind of thinking a minute ago, maybe because all these guys survived, maybe there would be a kind of a big loss to kind of overtake a lot of kind of smaller losses. Who knows? Make haste. We must get as far from Albion as we can. Where are Elaine and the swordsman? No, they can't still be. Wait. Haven't you had enough yet? Shove it. Hands off, private. I'll kick you in the privates again. Whew. Yeah. Everyone gobsmacked. Abus. This reminds me of the image in the Revelations chapter with where we see the giant army. Still no sign of an earthquake or anything yet. But I've pretty much seen everything from that revelation, haven't we? Oh, bloody hell, that's a lot of people, isn't it? Like a pretty Eye of Horus. That would be more feminine Eye of Horus. Their horses, their elephants. Oh, that's definitely the sound an elephant makes. Bloody hell. Yeah, the intricacy of the drawing here is ridiculous, isn't it? Even on the kind of the wrinkles of an elephant. Crazy. Even the Kushan main army? Never rains but it pours. They haven't noticed us. We'll descend the cliff and escape along the river. No. We're just going to leave those two? What choice have we got? It's really life or death this time. Son of a bitch. I knew a Cedar would be pissed, but bro, run off. Run off, bro. Survive, live, struggle. As much as I want to see more Isidro. I want these guys to survive. I want you to live. As much as it's sad. What the? Where's Zod going? Where's Skull Knight? What's Skull Knight doing right now? All he did was point. So what the fuck is going on? Is there now a Femto and a Griffith? And is this Griffith... He's still Guts and Cascas' son. I've got no idea how to interpret all this. Like, what I really want to know is I want to hear from this Griffith, this Guts' son. I want to hear something from him that can give me something tangible. Because from what we've seen, him kind of getting along with Zod, not been the most promising. What on earth, man? Just riding on top of him. Who is that? Something not human. Oh crap. That's pretty cool. It's almost like Farnese has finally come to terms with this kind of other side to this world. But funny enough, she says that about Griffith rather than any of the kind of horrible creatures she's seen to this point. Griffith was that kind of striking and kind of in all that chaos so kind of bright that was the kind of he's something not human. That's the first kind of thing she's said that about. It's quite funny, isn't it? Just shows the presence of this guy. What now? Damn. Look at Little Puck. I didn't even see that. Little Puck, right? Actually, is he the one moving the horse? Oh yeah. Casca holding on. Got to love half this guy's face. Tongue still moving up. They're still okay. Don't worry. If those horsemen, if the horseman's him, I'm sure he'll do what it takes to protect the lane. But can just one horseman escape that large army? Don't you die on me. I'm gonna collect on that debt. Keep your voice down, stupid. Huh? It's not many, but some people besides us made it. We know the 3 girls did. Again, it almost seems a bit too good, doesn't it? That all these kind of, pretty much all of the main cast / side cast of this arc have survived. Seems a bit too good. Although it's maybe a nice change up. But like I said in the original Eclipse, if it is truly to mirror it, almost all of the kind of side cast died during that segment. Almost everyone. And that is almost the complete opposite this time, but maybe that makes sense because it is a kind of reflection. Not exactly the same. Just mirrors. It was a mass loss, still here. It's ironic. All those who cling to God, taking refuge in the tower, died when it collapsed under their own weight. Good point, Jerome. It is very ironic, isn't it? Those who seek salvation from God were the first to get killed. Hey, what the hell happened there? The non-believers who didn't rely on God but instead hightailed it out of the refugee slum were the ones who survived. I don't exactly care to pray ever again at this point. That's not it at all. Trying to go on living is different than trying to escape fear. good point here as well. Trying to go on living is different than trying to escape from fear. Those who acted in order to live until the end without losing themselves to fear and what was happening around them are the ones who survived properly. We don't know what God is thinking, but both fortune and misfortune are thrust upon people. Even so, people exist within a domain that is theirs in which to act. Yeah, every human in this world is just almost a mass of choices, a mass of life choices and circumstance, but more importantly, the choices. Obviously, it makes everyone who they are, doesn't it? Luca, what's that for? Oh, this? The chick that died within the egg. Eh? He died without ever hatching. Without... Excuse me? What are you talking about? The chick that... Is he talking about the beheaded man? He did hatch. Yeah, I mean, she's just wrong here, right? Am I tripping? He saw his shell. We literally saw the egg shell. He died without ever hatching, without ever meeting or knowing anyone. A lonely one like him is sleeping alone under all that rubble. I thought I would pay him a tribute. Still, I appreciate what she's doing here, to be fair. Like me, she actually kind of respects the beheaded man. Empathizes with him. It's not much, but it's the best I can do here. At least one person, however much a sinner. But if his wish was granted, what's in store for the world? What is in store for the world indeed? Wow. Doesn't make much difference what I think of it. I'm not even a main character. You are certainly not. Take care, ladies, and the rest. Farewell. You could have one on the house as thanks. I'm in a hurry. Sneak, sneak, sneak. The boy with a slouch in his stride. I'll take a rain check. Now those were some restless people. Talk about belief. Yeah, it looks like it's all wrapping up here. Interesting. Again, I kind of thought there'd be more answers as to what exactly happened, especially with Guts' son. But still pretty ambiguous. Maybe that'll get explored later down the line. Maybe that'll get explored later down the line. I hope it does. It'll be a shame if we finish off and I still don't really understand too much more about that whole situation. It would have been nice to at least say goodbye to Elaine. True. I wonder if she'll be okay. Didn't I say so? As long as that swordsman's with her, no worries. He didn't even bat an eye at that monster Mosgus. It's just one thing bothers me. The power to protect someone and the power to be with someone are different. Power to protect and a power to be with. But now I'm being overly maternal, sorry. It's a bad habit of mine. No. The one who's really strong here is Luca. She always has time to worry about people. That's not true. I could never mimic her. I'm going to cool my foot off. Are you okay? All this has made me realise my own disgrace and foolishness so much. It's sickening. Yeah, it's gotten well enough that I can go alone. No, I'm actually relieved. Now that I know that, I'll stay at Luca's side, listen to her, and let her protect me. That's the best thing for me, I'm sure. But it's nice to know Lean has learned a lot from this, isn't it? It's really nice to know that. She really has had a few realizations here at the end, hasn't she? I think that barrel experience was a very good experience for her. Literally shook her up. Literally and figuratively. Really? This guy's alive? Again, I'm not sure I mean, it might sound bad, but I'm not sure I'm enjoying this ending as much as I thought I would, to be honest with you. It was set up really well in the last couple chapters, but again, it almost seems a bit too good, if you know what I'm saying. Like, everyone survived. Again, the people, main cast or side cast dying doesn't make it good or bad, but with the kind of themes of the show, and again, there being kind of like no paradise or anything, and the kind of dreamland, it kind of seems like this is a kind of dream ending, does it not? Except for the stuff with Griffith / Guts and Casca's son, but even then, like, we haven't really even touched on that too much. So yeah, honestly, I'm questioning it a little bit here. Maybe I shouldn't be, but not as kind of peak as I was expecting, to be honest with you. Nina? Who's there? And I think this is one of the first times I can say the kind of word disappointment in Berserk, to be honest with you. I wouldn't kind of capture that as a disappointment, but again, I'm slightly disappointed with this ending so far. I think maybe it's because this isn't like a truly ending. Obviously, the story continues on from here, but this almost seems maybe more of a kind of setup for future arcs and of the character Guts' son / Griffith. But yeah, not really sure what to think about it. Still got a little bit left, so we'll see. But Joaquin is still alive. Joaquin, you all right? Yeah. I was scared to go back to the refugee slum after that. I've been hiding in the mountains. Then the Kushan came, and by morning the tower had collapsed, and the refugee slum was a burnt field. I saw all of you run over this way, and so I wanted to apologize to you. Back then, I was scared of you. I thought if I didn't betray you, you would all kill me. Well, Nina done something very similar, bro. And it looks like they've both learned from that. Which is good. I imagine maybe some of the comment section aren't going to be too happy with this chapter here and so much of a focus on Nina either. That's not the reason why I'm disappointed. Again, I actually quite enjoy Nina's story. Not as a character. I don't really like her as a character, but I enjoy her storyline. Again, like I said, it doesn't really feel like there's been any kind of full stops here, if that makes any sense. There's not really been much cleared up. If anything, it's just brought on kind of further questions and set up stuff for future arcs. But as a story on its own, it doesn't really have a kind of main vocal point, if that makes any sense to you guys. This whole time we've been covering a few characters. Farnese, one that hasn't had too much of a discussion of as of late, to be honest, has she? Nina, Luca, Cedro maybe less so, but it hasn't really had a major kind of focus on any of those points. It's kind of tried to go along with all of them, and it succeeded at that, but the conclusions of them, I think Nina's has probably been the best, but yeah, again, just not enjoying it as much as I thought I would, actually. I can't just say this now, but I really I thought maybe if we were together and still, I was a coward who abandoned you. He's the same as me. I'm sorry. Same. And here's another kind of mirror situation here. Goodbye. Wait. Wait. The Tower of Rubble. It disappeared like a sand castle. Fragile. All too fragile. Indeed. Crumbled under, well, there was quite a lot of pressure, but nevertheless it crumbled under all that pressure, that belief. The thing I stood for, the thing I had faith in, was it so empty a thing? Faith. No, not that. It was nothing more. As I said, there's been all these stories and we're tying them up right here, right at the end. But again, we really haven't had a focus on Farnese for a while now, have we? This whole volume, pretty much. Had little bits here and there, but yeah, I kind of think maybe the author bit off a bit too much here, perhaps. Especially if it ends right here, which it is seeming to. I feel like this could have had another volume, perhaps. To be honest, flesh out quite a bit more, but again, that's just me. It was nothing more than a diversion, hiding myself behind order and awe. Imagine that is probably how quite a few people do get into religion, isn't it? As a kind of diversion to move your mind away from maybe a traumatic or horrible experience, perhaps, and kind of focus on a belief. To escape fear, to escape frantically the darkness of that night from my childhood. Even if I was only an occasional outlet for despair, my faith was sullied. Even if it was only an occasional outlet for despair, my faith was sullied. As we see that shot of her whipping Guts very early on in this arc. But all this ostentation, I'm gonna have to Google that. I've heard that word before, but I don't know what it means. But all this ostentation, which should have protected me, was brushed away so easily. In the face of such overwhelming darkness. A pretentious or showy display of wealth or luxury designed to impress. Okay. But all this ostentation, which should have protected me, was brushed away so easily, in the face of overwhelming darkness. It was again. I was again. No, perhaps I have always been, in the midst of that night. Be that as it may, how did you come through that, Vice Commander? Fighting the monsters before the gates? I lost consciousness as the gate collapsed and buried me. My iron club acted as a support that kept me from being crushed. But then, when I came to, I was the only one still alive underneath the rubble. What an uncouth plight. I think I know what plight. I don't know what plight means, but I've heard it used a lot, like the plight of a man or something. We'll Google that quickly. Heard that one quite a lot though. The plight. Unfortunate, difficult, or precarious. Again, maybe seems a bit, like I said, maybe him and Luca, again, seems a bit too ideal, right? That they both survived in these situations. Does anyone else feel like that? I very much do. Not that I wanted them to die, but and especially Azan's entrance back was cool as hell. But yeah, there's just no way, right? Again, I have survived ignobly. It's not a word I think I've ever heard, but I think I can understand that just based off it. Ignobly. Driven by fear, the refugees closed the gates. Betrayed on the field of battle by those I must protect. To live long enough to have that bitter experience again. What ill luck. No doubt all the knights felt chagrined. No idea what that is. Chagrined. Chagrined. Doesn't even sound like it'd be a real word. Chagrin. Feel distressed or humiliated. Why do you not just say humiliated? Lady Farnese, it was because of that incident that I have adorned myself as a priest until now. I'm departing. Are we returning to the holy city then? I will. Follow the black swordsman. Nani? What? Guys are shocked as hell. We've been doing that this whole time. You've been chasing him this whole time. In a different way now, though, of course. You mustn't. We must return to give our report. I'm renouncing my vocation. Tell that to the Holy See and my father. What? Well, that is the way of things. You have been most helpful, Vice Commander. No, wait a moment. Wait, you two. Here's some food as thanks if you'll accept it. This is desertation. Desertation. Dessert. Thanks. I never escaped from that childhood darkness after all. Then ultimately it took shape and appeared before my eyes. Almost as if it were my destiny. I, who continued to live in fear. I was brought along with the black swordsman, the only one standing in the darkness. Maybe he is my prophet, my saint. Interesting. I may have been running from a painful reality. My. This may be a good opportunity. But someone must bear responsibility. They left. Ooh, I'm safe. Hidden behind women is pathetic. Hiding behind women is pathetic. You're welcome. We'd be in trouble too if we lost such an important patron. From now on. You know, Nina's taken forever. Hey, introduce me to an aristocrat patron too. No fair, me too. Someone richer than you, if possible. Of course. Oh, I actually missed this. Please slow down. She did look very was haunted here. Again, like I said, I'm not sure how much I'm enjoying this ending, to be honest with you. Are you sure? It just seems like a lot of this is beats we've already hit in the story. Again, don't get me wrong, under different circumstances with different characters and characters that are going through different things and slightly different scenarios, but again, I feel like a few of these beats have already been hit. With there's some past arcs, honestly. Again, funnily enough, Nina's end here actually probably is more interesting. Are you sure? Yeah. If I went back now, I don't think I could leave again. I'm sorry, Luca. I worry you to the very end. I'm going with Joaquin. I love you. All of you. But if I stayed with you, I'm sure someday I would hate you again. Hate myself. A person hurts someone just because they're strong, and they hate someone just because they're weak. I know that well enough, that's why. I think I'll go with this man who is burdened with the same weakness and sins as I. Because if I'm with him, I have a good feeling we can both just become a little kinder and a little stronger. Nice to see, isn't it? Again, after all that Nina's been through, after all the death at her door, after all the run-ins with death on the brink. Again, it's very nice to actually see this. And like I said, this is maybe my favourite bit of this ending here, perhaps. I want to be someone who can trust others without clinging to them. I want to live, keep on living, and see you again. Without clinging or fearing. Once I can smile with you sincerely. She really is a troublesome girl. That day, starting with the fissure opening on the front ear, the shape of the world began to crumble. The fissure opening on the front ear, and the shape of the world became to crumble. Okay, let's read some comments. Again, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of this conclusion, honestly. Not the biggest fan. Again, just disappointed. Like I said, maybe I was expecting too much, but I was expecting some more answers to the characters I'm really invested in, to Guts, Casca, Guts' son, Skull Knight, this version of Griffith / again Guts' son, and didn't really get too much of any of that. So maybe I expected too much in that respect, but again, quite like the end to Nina's storyline here. But Farnese, like I said, it's been maybe over a volume since we even had like a real focus on her. So just feels a bit iffy personally. Like I said, I feel like maybe they bit off a bit more than they could chew with the actual directing of the story here. Yeah, this person here is asking the same question I'm asking. How is this Griffith? It was the child in the egg, or am I wrong? This person says, I wonder what happened to the egg. Did the demon baby inside become the Griffith we saw? I'm so confused, but I really hope we see these characters again. Obviously we'll see Isidro, Farnese and Serpico, but I want to see Luca and Jerome too. Is that obvious? I feel like we definitely won't see Nina again. I feel like we probably won't see Luca and the girls again. We might see Isidro again. Again, I kind of hope we don't, but I feel like he might be kind of stalking Guts or something. I really do want to see that guy again. I'd love to see him again, but like I said, if he's not in the story, that can only mean good things, I hope. But yeah, I guess we will probably see Farnese and Serpico again, won't we? Not too much talk about Nina, honestly. Yeah, this person here questioning the ending. Like I said, I'm not sure I like this. Again, it's a good ending. It's a happy ending. Again, I'm not really sure that's in fitting with the story, is it? At all, personally. I really enjoyed this arc, and again, I feel bad kind of talking so much about how I'm not really enjoying these last chapters here, but I've really enjoyed it all the way through. Again, had some really interesting premises and characters and character kind of relations and development, but again at the end here, when all is said and done and it's concluded, again I'm not really the biggest fan of how it has concluded here. It doesn't, as much as fucking Skull Knight or whoever's talking here says the shape of the world is beginning to crumble and there's a fissure opening, it really doesn't feel like much has happened, does it? Do you guys feel that way? The egg, like, yeah, I just don't feel like it's. I know it will have massive effects. I know that whatever is happening with Guts' son / Griffith is gonna be pretty massive going forward. That's a massive event. But right now, it doesn't feel like anything, does it? Don't know if you guys feel the same way. It just kind of feels like this kind of things have gone back to how they were before this arc, except for, of course, a lot of characters have gone through their development, have changed quite a lot. But I mean, again, other than that, yeah, again, I just don't like this conclusion. Personally. Again, I imagine a lot of people love it. Yeah, someone here questioning Nina and the and Joaquin, but again, they went through the same kind of deal, right? I think more than ever they understand each other and probably get along better than ever, probably after this situation. Yeah, like I said, I personally don't really like this ending, but almost everyone in the comments are actually saying it's a really good ending. Just shows how just shows like a different kind of point of views. Sorry if I'm being a little quiet again. I'm reading the comments. Again, quite a lot of respect for Nina actually, which I like to see, which is quite ironic considering the sheer amount of hate she's had to this whole arc. It was a really good end to her arc, wasn't it? Again, probably my favourite bit of this final chapter here, honestly, is seeing the end of Nina's arc. Yeah, there's someone that maybe agrees with me here about so far this is the lightest chapter, and I can see that. I can see it as that, like I said, it doesn't feel like there's been major kind of story changes. It doesn't feel like Guts has gone through too much, and that is usually like, yeah, I think it was slightly different with the arc just before this with Jill and Rosine because there was a massive focus on both Jill and Rosine, but again, there was a lot of characters juggled around in this arc, alongside Guts being the main cast, and I think I actually preferred the Rosine and Jill stuff overall, but I especially enjoyed their conclusion more, but maybe overall than this arc, even though, again, like I said, I really enjoyed the kind of start and middle portion of this, and the ending as well, up until this conclusion. The ending was actually awesome, wasn't it? And I just kind of thought it was going somewhere else. Again, maybe it's just down to my what I thought, my kind of predictions and such. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for supporting the videos through this arc. I will just have a little look at the cover for the next volume and have a little look at the chapters' names as well to see if we are moving into a different arc and see if this is actually the conclusion. Nice visual here. The human Griffith. Back to back. Oh wow, couple. I'll look at them in more detail next time. But a couple really cool images there. So yeah, it looks like we are going to be starting a new arc. And again, maybe I feel this way about the conclusion because, like I said, and I think like what I see here, to be honest with you, about the Kushan and such, I feel like this is that conclusion right there. It isn't really a conclusion, is it? It's moving into this Fork of the Millennium Empire arc, the Holy Evil War. Yeah, it's more of a kind of, again, there wasn't really meant to, perhaps, like I said, I didn't enjoy it because there wasn't meant to be like a conclusion. It was pretty conclusive for some characters at the end there, but it is still moving forward with a lot of the same beats. Like I said, the Griffith / Guts of Sun character seems like he's going to be further explored later on. Didn't really explore him at all, to be honest, today, did we? Which again, I was a little bit disappointed about. But again, that's seemed to be reserved for later. Guts and Cascas stuff more reserved for later as well. But yeah, thank guys for watching anyway. Like I said, bit disappointed, honestly. Just not exactly what I was kind of expecting. And sometimes I like being kind of shocked and surprised at something not being what I expect. But in this case, it's a little bit kind of, it's less than what I expected, honestly. I guess nice ending off for Nina. Like I said, really actually enjoyed her character arc, especially at the end here, getting back together with Joachim. Farnese, like I said, just I think I especially feel a little bit pissed off about this because there's actually some interesting beats covered here with Farnese and her kind of inner darkness, and now she's going to be following Guts, but not sure how to feel about this kind of prophet saint stuff, and the fact that again we haven't really explored her much at all in the last couple of volumes is yeah, just a little bit kind of, they seem to like plop it in here right at the end of this. Again, really wholesome and almost too good to be true ending. Like I said, it doesn't really feel like Berserk when we've been through all of this, been through all this turmoil, all this darkness, all these events, and everyone came out unscathed. Everyone, almost every character had an improvement on their kind of character and their arc. It just again doesn't feel Berserk ending for me here personally, but again, that's a personal point. And like I said, it actually feels like maybe this is more of a almost set up to a future arc. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about these chapters down in the comment sections. Again, apologies if I maybe seem a bit down on it, but yeah, leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with any of my reactions. Looking forward to the next arc. Again, this is set up pretty well, so again, I really hope we do get a focus on Griffith / the Sun and Guts and Casca in that whole situation. That was the most interesting situation to me in all this, and again, we didn't really cover any of it today. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day, guys.